Today, I'm beginning a series on how to become a millionaire in 2026 using what you already have. And before you doubt, let me be very clear. Becoming a millionaire in 2026 is still very possible, even if you're starting from the very scratch. What has changed is not the possibility of becoming a millionaire. What has actually changed is the path to becoming a millionaire. So, for people without proximity to wealth, skill alone no longer creates outsized outcomes that catapult you into millionaire status, but distribution does. Stay with me. That is why the first of the three things you need to master to become a millionaire this year is attention engineering. Attention engineering is the deliberate design of systems and content and distribution so that human attention is predictably captured, held, and then redirected towards an economic outcome. I'm not talking about views or likes or followers. What I'm referring to in this instance is real economic behavior, which is the behavior behind people with fewer thousands of followers making more money than people with millions of followers. Stay with me, I will break it down in a little bit. So, the equation behind attention engineering is this. Attention is the input, behavior is the mechanism, and then revenue is the outcome. If you cannot reliably generate attention, you do not control demand. And if you do not control demand, your wealth will always be capped at a particular threshold. No matter the strategy you try, you will not be able to exceed that threshold. And this is why becoming a millionaire this year, in whatever currency you prefer, is faster when distribution precedes product. Here is how the structured reality looks like. Let me break it down. When you have a skill without attention, you wait. When you have attention without skill, you can still convert. But when you combine skill with attention, wealth compounds. You know why? It's because attention collapses three of the most expensive business costs. I'm talking about customer acquisition, trust building, and market education. So when attention is engineered correctly, you are no longer chasing customers. Instead, you are discovered. And what it does for you is that you can pre-sell ideas even before they exist. And this is why attention is a core economic asset. Let me give you a practical example of an unintentional attention engineering. Consider someone who, let's say, starts creating content explaining one specific problem, something that they really do understand very deeply, right? They use the same framing repeatedly, they speak in a recognizable way, they show up consistently in one place. They are not necessarily trying to go viral, they are simply becoming familiar. And over time, people begin to associate them with that problem. Their name becomes shorthand for the solution for that particular problem. Then trust begins to build before any offer even exists, and eventually people begin to ask for advice. Then it turns into paid sessions for the attention engineer, and then products follow next. And then they start providing high-ticket offers for access. A lot of times we hear people say, I did not plan all of this, I was just posting content and then I got my breakthrough. That is true. But what they actually did was this. They captured attention, they retained it through relevance, and then redirected it into economic behavior. They engineered attention without ever naming it attention engineering. So in day 2, I will show you how you can learn attention engineering in a practical way. So stay with me and follow me. You're welcome.